I took a half-price lamb shoulder from Tesco and turned it into this beautiful tandoori pulled lamb. Trust me, you're going to want to make this one. Let me show you how I did it. This shoulder weighs 2.1 kilograms and cost me £13.31p. I usually go for a leg when I'm having lamb, but this method has totally changed my mind. After patting the meat dry, take a very sharp knife and make score lines diagonally across the top of the lamb. Turn the lamb 90 degrees and repeat the process, making this crisscross pattern. This is going to let that marinade really soak into the meat. Flip your lamb over and repeat the process on the other side. Now it's time to mix up the marinade. So I'm cheating here and using a tandoori mix because I happen to have some lying around, but you can easily make this yourself at home using the recipe I've got up on the screen. Simply put a whole pot of Greek yogurt into a bowl. Add in your spice mix, a little bit of olive oil, and give it a good mix. And then it's time to marinate the lamb. Just whack it on there and massage it into all the little cuts that you've made. And once I've done one side, I put it into a bowl and just repeat the process on the other side. And with that done, I'm going to leave it to chill out in the fridge for about 2 hours. I'm going to leave it uncovered, but if you're going to go much longer than this, just put some cling film over the top. And once it's done marinating, it's time to go onto the barbecue. For this cook, I'm using my Traeger pellet smoker, but as always, any lidded barbecue will do. You just want to set it up for an indirect cook to 150 degrees Celsius. I'm going to use a temperature probe to keep an eye on the internal temperature of the meat, and let that cook until it reaches an internal temperature of 75 degrees C. For me, that took just over 2 hours, but every piece of meat is different, so make sure you're cooking to temperature, not time. For the next step of the cook, we want to get it to 93 degrees internal temperature, and to help it do that without drying out, we're going to wrap it in tin foil. Then close it up and wait until it hits that internal temperature of 93 degrees. I'm using the Traeger's built-in temp probe, but I always like to get a second opinion with my trusty handheld. It's just a cheap one I found on Amazon for about £7, but it's never let me down. The lamb needs at least 20 minutes to rest, so while that's happening, we're going to make some onion salad. This is super easy to do. It's a very simple recipe. It's a case of just chopping things up and throwing it in a bowl and mixing it together. You'll use diced white onion as your base, and to that you want to add some diced cucumber and some diced tomatoes. To that, we're going to add some roughly chopped coriander or cilantro, depending on where you are in the world. A quick hit of lime juice and a pinch of salt, and you're ready to go. Mix that all together and you've got yourself a fresh onion salad. Once that lamb's had at least 20 minutes to rest, you want to unwrap it and see what magic's happened. Using this method produces beautifully tender lamb that just pulls right off the bone. I'm using some heat-proof gloves to pull this lamb, but if you don't have access to these, just use a couple of table forks. Once you finish pulling, you should end up with a clean bone and a big pile of delicious, tender, melt-in-your-mouth pulled tandoori lamb. This is ready to serve however you like, but I'm going to do it in flatbreads. Now, I absolutely love flatbreads. I cook them all the time. They're the easiest thing in the world to prepare. Just sprinkle a little bit of water on them and whack them in an oven at 200 degrees for about 2 minutes. Once ready, I piled up my lamb with some of the onion salad, drizzled with some yogurt and mint sauce, and finished with some more roughly chopped coriander. This tandoori lamb shoulder went down an absolute storm, and I'm definitely going to be cooking it again very soon. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did and want to see more just like it, then please hit that subscribe button. I post new, easy to follow barbecue recipes every single week. Thanks for watching.